Hi there. So the project which I'm starting at the moment is to write 10 tracks as an alternative soundtrack to the video game called Eve Online, which is MMORPG set in space. So we're looking at lots of moody, reverby tracks. Nothing that's going to be too dominant. It is very much background music, but lots of synths and 10 tracks all in all. I'm going to be recording or streaming the creation of all of these tracks, and we're just going to jump right in here. I'm using Cubase as usual, and this is a template which I've created for all of the tracks. It's going to be my starting point for all of the tracks. And the very first instrument is an kind of idea generation plugin called Cthulhu from Xfer, the chap who created Serum, that wonderful synth. And this is one of everyone's seen these VST plugins nowadays. They're ones that store different chords and allow you to play them back just by pressing one key. So in this case, I press C and it's generating D here, fairly simple D here. But as I go up the different keys, so it's only ever as good as the chords that you put in, but it's not to say that we're going to be using this on every track, but it's there, and it's actually really nice. If you do hit a brick wall, or if you're looking for something maybe out with your normal comfort zone, I find that I'm using it again and again, and getting nothing but great results from it. So sorry, there's two parts to it. The first part is the chord part, but it's got a built-in arpeggiator. Um, so if we just play the first chord again there, and lots of presets as well. And that's the inbuilt tone generator which you're listening to there. So we'll come back to that later on. Now, I've got two instrument tracks here that are set up for pulses, and in both cases I'm going to be using Serum just because it's such a great flexible synth. And the same with these two pads that I've got set up. Now all of them are just set to default sounds at the moment, so oh, that isn't actually, that's got a nice pad on it. So we'll have lots of atmospheric pads, lots of subtle pulses as well, arpeggiating. The percussion part of it, I've put in raw samples at the moment, which will need work, but building blocks, a couple of different kicks, a ride and a snare drum, which are there in case we need them. Next up is the container, which is a wonderful sample library, quite unusual. The Spectrum Arts have essentially just got this massive rusted metal container and abused it to create all sorts of wonderful sounds, and I'm going to be using some of them. It's perfect for this project. Lots of different. Yep, that's going to be fun playing with those. Now the next one, the next set here, as you'll see, there's quite a few of them. I've wanted to play with these for a while. I think this again seems like the perfect project for it. It's Pianobook, which, if you don't know about it, is a community-driven set of free sample libraries, um, all sorts of different things. It's led by Christian Henson of Spitfire Audio, amongst other things. And these are ones that I've not had room for in a project yet, but I'm making space for it this time, so I can have some fun. So when I say that Pianobook samples all sorts of things, this one's a kitchen blender. Lots of yeah. You just hear stuff like that, and you know you're going to have some fun with this. These tracks are going to write themselves. A couple of effects tracks. We've got Frostbite. Just bring that up. Can find it. Frostbite 2 is a spectral freeze type plugin, which is going to be great as a send reverb to capture sounds and then just have them dragging on for a long time. Um, and I've got an ambient reverb here as well. But we might find that we dip in and out of reverbs, and depending on how it goes, we might need to add some more or reel it back in. The group tracks are one at the moment for the Serum tracks, although I might split that up into pulses and pads, that would make more sense. One for the percussion, one for the long Pianobook libraries, so the ones with the pads, and then one's for the pulses and the leads, and then one for the container as well. But we might find with this template that things get tweaked as we move along, or we might make major changes for each track. We've got a lot of flexibility, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Feel free to post any questions about what we're doing. And yeah, the first track will follow soon.